Hello YouTubers, this is Yorkshireman Mark. Welcome back to Yorkshireman 66, and I have for you today a radio review on a Lincoln 2 10 metre plus 12 metre radio. It just says Lincoln 2 plus, but it is a 10 and 12 metre radio. It's an amateur radio, not a CB like people think it is. It is an amateur radio. Now, so I'm going to be talking to you about the Lincoln 2 today. Well, Lincoln 2 Plus today, which is this radio. We'll be talking to you about that radio, which has a lot of good features on it, which they do have a lot of good features, and yeah, and it's been a good, reliable radio for its owner, which is my mate Kevin. Now, my mate Kevin watched the video what I did, and he heard me say that I couldn't keep borrowing radio. So I asked him. I didn't expect him to get them out. I'll find them actually, but he got them both out. He got two radios out what I could use, and he says I couldn't find them all, but I've got two radios out, which happened to be one of them happened to be this one, the Lincoln 2, which is, if you look on it, it says amateur radio. It's not a CB. People think they're buying CBs when they're buying these, and they're not. When you buy them brand new, they're only this particular one. In any case, when you buy this brand new, it's a 10 and 12 metre radio. It's not a Citizens Band radio. It hasn't got 11 metres on it. You have to get them opened up, which a lot of people do. I mean, this one is. This one's opened up as well. But it's not a CB. It is made for the amateur radio scene. That's what it is, and that's all it is. And it's there. But people do modify them. This one's been modified as well. But I'm here to talk about it. It's a good little radio. It's been a cracking radio. I mean that's the size of it. It is quite small for what it does, and we will pack it. It packs a little bit of a punch. Now, on the back, I'll show you this, but you won't be able to see much. But on the back, you got the power cable. Where power cable goes in. You got the antenna where you screw in the coax for your aerial and things like that. It's got the Morse code key. It's got Vox and it's got data. So yeah, you can put it on a computer and do things with it. It's got a PA, it's got an extension speaker as well, and that's on the back, and it's got a great, it's got a nice heatsink as well. So that's it. But like I say, you won't be able to see much, will you? You won't be able to see much at all. So I put it there. You see, great big heatsink on that. Now, it's a decent radio. It's a cracking radio. Yeah, it really is. And I honestly think when I mean, this is I bought this for Kevin, and at the time it were rather, I won't say expensive. It was cheaper than Grant 2 actually, because the Grant 2 cost me 225. It cost me 230 quid did that. So Grant 2 did cost a lot of money, but this, yeah, I think it was on special offer, and I think it was 180 or 185, something like that in any case. And I bought it because Kevin said, "Ooh, I like that." Well, with it being what I would say near to, I thought, well, go on then. I bought him it. I got him as a present. They didn't have to. They only had one, so I bought him it. And this is what we come up with, and that's what he's done. He's put rubber feet on it to hold it up. I can't show you, but I can tell you how much travel. It stands up about a couple of inches, so it gives it plenty of air and room for a speaker, because you have a speaker at the bottom, as you all know. Now here comes the interesting bit. I would honestly say I will show you the front of the radio, but we have to get down into the dooblies, and it's got scan. It's got scan. It's got NB and ANL ICO. It's got Echo. It's got Echo, which is Echo set, It's got, yeah, well, it's got a Roger bleep. It's got EMG 1 and 2 lock. It's got, it's got a call as well. Yeah. Indic call. And then it's got split set. It's got band, 10 kilohertz. Mode, CCTS DCS, which is for repeaters. Vox set as well. It's got all that. And then it's got channel. It's got mic gain and RF gain. It's got a clarifier, which we all know some radios have. It's got a menu. It's got a memory star push, like that. Good, isn't it? It's got a volume. It's got RF power, and it's got squelch. RF power is yeah, and it's got squelch as well, and it's done to its best ability. And what I like about these particular radios, which I do like, it's got the automatic squelch control, which damn well works. It really does work, and it's all on there. And as you know that I'm not lying, it is a 10 metre plus 12 metre radio. When you buy them standard, we have this one. It's opened up basically. It's modified to go onto repeat band. It does all mid band and that. And this is the front of the radio. But it's not confusing as what people think. And a lot of people like this radio. It has an on and it has a volume on and off switch. What? Listen. That's a reassuring click. Like it turns on that way. And it's got nice smooth controls and that. And this is what people like as well. And you push it to store your memories. And that's what you do. And like I say, it's not a citizens band radio. It's not a CB. It is an amateur radio to begin with. They're designed and made as amateur radio. It says on the box, amateur radio, which it is. And you should have a license to operate one of these, which I've got. I'm a 2 easier though. So I've got an amateur radio license and I can quite legally operate this. Admittedly, it shouldn't be opened up, but it is. It's the way it is. It was a brand new radio. I bought it for Kevin as a present and he liked it. And we got it opened up. It didn't cost a lot of money to open it up neither. A damn good little radio this. But President radios have always been good. I mean, I've always had some kind of President radio. I used to have a President Madison, but they're getting old now. And this was one of the new lines it's got. It's a Lincoln 2. It's not like the original Lincoln. The original Lincoln was a direct copy, wasn't it? As we all know, the Uniden 2830. And that was the original Lincoln. The Lincoln 2, it's got its own way. It really does look nice. It looks better. This operates very, very, very well. I've been around. I've been across the water with this. Well, on the air basically. I've been across the water, and we've done really well with it. And also, I think it went in one of the car videos. They said it's a damn good little radio, and that, you know what I mean. So this is the Lincoln 2 Plus. And the plus means it's 10 and 12 meters. That's what the plus means. And it has a 6-pin microphone, which I will show you. It comes with this, which is a generic mic, a standard generic mic for them. So yeah, 6-pin plug and a standard generic mic for them. Oh, a good little radio actually. Also, you get number 1 CB President sticker, which we don't use. You also get all the gubbins here for your bracket and things like that. You do have a bracket, and there it is. There's the bracket. What comes with the radio? It's functional. It's a simple bracket. That's what you want. proper radio, really, innit? You know what I mean? You need a functioning bracket, and it comes with that. It really does. It really does come with it, and it's a nice addition to Shack, to Kevin's collection, really. And he likes it. He really does. He really likes these little radios, which they are, and looked after that, well looked after, will all some kind of value, and yeah, I do like them. But like I say, we do have reassuring switches and knobs, which work smoothly. Power, RF, power, and the on and off switch, what works properly, and that. So yeah, it is what we call new. Well, it's new versus old, isn't it? But it is a new radio. It's a nice radio. I think it's better than the ones what I've seen before, like the Masters and that. So there you go. Lincoln 2. That's what it is. Lincoln 2 Plus. Plus means 10 and 12 metres. It's got 2 bands on this. 10 metre band, 12 metre band. Like I say. But a lot of these are modified, and this is no. A lot of these are modified to go into the CB band, basically. And people buy them as CBs, and they're not CBs. They are amateur gear, you know, amateur radio, proper amateur radio gear. Which I will be proud of that. It's a nice little radio. It does the job of what it says it does, basically. And power out of them is quite. Well, I was quite surprised how much power that sticks out. I was really surprised because we got it opened up and power hadn't been altered from standard, but it sticks out. I think it's 25 watts maximum, but like I said, you can from the switch, because you do have that power RF. You can turn the power down, and we turned it down to swire it. I swired a radio in, but I'll get into that later on. But that particular radio, we had it on full power on a mag mount aerial, and it really worked very well. But I think the full power on that is 25 watts. I think on SSB side, which we have talked on SSB. I think that's 50 watts. I think it doubles. It goes up to about 50 watts. But it's a cracking radio. I mean, we've used it on 5 watts. Quite legal to do so. We've used it on 5 watts. I've used it on a quarter of a watt and got out. I've used it on 10 metres and 12 metres. It's a really, really cracking radio. And it's not deaf either. It's not a deaf radio either. It is just a cracking little radio. And I wanted to give it some justice. I wanted to give it some love. And I think people who look at these radios, you know, they don't see what I see. I see an inner beauty with them, if you know what I mean. I give them love. I mean, don't get me wrong. Before I was an amateur, I was on CB, I was on Citizens Band Radio. I only came off that because of all the idiots who was on it, and you were getting threatened on a daily. I was getting threatened on a daily basis. So that's it with the automatic squelch. So that's the radio. It's quite heavy for what it is, but it's a damn good little radio. And as you can see from the front, it's not as busy. So there you go. It is a damn good little radio, actually. I think it is. And it does the job. It works very well. I mean, a lot of people, they do go big radios. We have it. We've got biggish radios, and we get 10 metres already built into. You know, they're already there. Isn't it? It's already in 10 metres. But to have a separate radio, what does 10 and 12 metres? It's quite refreshing. You know what I mean? And that. I love to get another one of them, but standard, not even up and up, just 10 and 12 metres, and I put it on a 10 metre a 10 metre aerial on its own. It'd be cracking that. And yeah, there's hardly anybody on it at the moment because I don't know if 10 metres is wide open. I haven't listened to 10 metres for quite a while. But yeah, so that's my review and talk on the President Lincoln. President Lincoln 2 Plus amateur radio. So I hope you like this video. I hope you found it interesting. If you find it interesting, please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new, or if you've accidentally found it and you found this video interesting, please consider to subscribe. Please share the video. The more you share, the more you like, the more chance of people will get to see my videos. So please do that. So please like, subscribe, and hit that bell and it all. That will notify you when I put up another video. And please share the video to, to multimedia. You know what I mean, like Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Parler, and Instagram and things like that. Do all that. Please share it, and it gives, the more you share, the more you like, it gives other people a chance to see my videos, which is would be good and nice. It'd be brilliant if you would do that. Like I say, I have an amateur radio license myself. I do know what I'm talking about. I am talking about this particular radio because I know the radio. I've operated that particular radio, and so has Kevin. He's operated the radio. But I think, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly think, because you don't see, I haven't seen many people review these online at all. I haven't seen many people review it. They have reviewed it, but not many, and they don't really go into full detail when you think about it. I mean, it's a shame because they are, like I said, they're a cracking. Like I said, what's not to like about this radio? It is a nice cracking. I like it. It's a cracking radio, and anyone who says to me, "Oh no, it's a lump of shit," you're wrong. It's not a lump of rubbish. But like I said, yes, I'm an amateur radio, but I started on CB. Now I started in 1975 on AM, and then I moved to FM in 1981, where I stayed. Now the whole idea of FMCB, I mean, this was the idea, this was the thinking of the government at the time, and also to keep hobby opened up for amateur radio. Well, you start with a citizens band radio, you get used to the protocol of using a radio, because you would have to be licensed in 1981, which I was licensed. You may laugh, but we did everything properly, and that's what we did. And as you all know, on 11 metres, it's a dirty band, and the dirty band means a lot of swearing. If I wound up somebody, I ended up getting threatened. They didn't like me winding them up. Well, that didn't stop me, basically. They just didn't like it. They didn't like the way I was. And people said, "Oh, I'm going to kick your head in." And I says, "Well, good luck with that, because I'm not going to stand there and let you." And I didn't. And I give back as good as what they give to me. And they didn't like it. When I started giving it back, they didn't like it. So I said, "Don't wind me up if you don't want to be wound up yourself, because when I get you back, it'll be twice as worse." And it was. So that's where I start from, CB. And then I moved later on in life, later on in life, I moved into the 2E0 side of things, the M3, as it was then. It was an M3. I passed that in 2003. I passed me, and then I went on to do 2E0 a year later in 2004, which I did pass. I haven't done the full license, but I did pass my 2E0, and I've been quite happy and comfortable with that, and I'm very happy to stay as I am, and things like that. Now, a lot of amateur radioists are saying that we have a duty of care to make sure that people on the CB come across the amateur radio. I don't think so, because if you listen to it, and you do get idiots around where I live, West Yorkshire, there's Bradford and there's a lot of effing and blinding. Well, I'm not going to recommend them to come across because I don't want idiots on the amateur radio side. But I honestly think there is a care of duty with Ofcom and with the amateur operators to make sure that it all smooths out. And basically, we should be policing. Yeah, I think Ofcom should be policing the 11 metre band properly, and they're not. And also, I think the amateur side should get more involved with mid-band because we quite legally can go onto mid-band, use upper sideband and lower sideband on mid-band channel. Quite legally do that because it was opened up to the amateur side and get it going properly. But mid-band is not getting used how it should be. I don't think they know what to do with it. I know what I would do with it. I'd DX on the bloody thing. You will be getting more and more people going onto it, and especially when you can use AM and FM as well. So, yeah, and you are allowed because they have built radios with that specific in mind. They did build a radio specifically for mid-band and upper sideband, lower sideband, and AM and FM only, and that was specifically built for that goal. But to me, I'm not going to recommend anyone from CB to come onto amateur side because they're just going to cause, well, if they cause trouble on CB, they could cause trouble on the amateur bands, and we don't want that. We've got enough idiots keying up. Yeah, we've got one playing music on Wakefield Repeater. I don't know who he is, but it keeps happening now and again. And we do get idiots. I mean, we don't want any more of that. And I like to talk on amateur band myself. I like to DX on the, especially on HF. I like HF. It's really good band, is that? So that's me in a nutshell, basically. So I hope you've liked this video. I really do. I really hope you've got the nooks and crannies into this. And so please like, subscribe if you're new. Please share the video and comment below. And I'll stop rambling on now, and I'll catch you all later, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.